Look at the neighbor's house.
All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks absent. Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Here.
Commissioner Metter.
Here.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Need approval of minutes, meeting held on December 27th, 2023. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Ms. Zimmerman had it.
Second? Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks absent. Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Metter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Yes.
Moving on to visitors, we have Carissa Turner from Wabash General Hospital here this evening. If you want to explain, or you want us to explain,
I can explain.
go right ahead.
Okay.
Floor is yours.
Hello, I'm Carissa Turner. I'm the president and CEO at Wabash General Hospital, and today I have Leslie Risley with me, and she is our director of chronic care management at Wabash General Hospital. I also in the back have Catherine McWhorter here with us for emotional support, she says. She is our VP of Quality Services at Wabash General Hospital. And the reason we're here today is during a Rotary presentation, I am a Rotarian as well. We heard a very wonderful presentation about all the services our Senior Citizens Center offers to the community and also a few needs that they have. One of the needs was to upgrade their equipment in the kitchen area, and the cost was going to be around $23,000. Wabash General Hospital every 2 years goes through a strategic planning session where we hear from the community and our board, things that we could do to improve services at the hospital and within the community. And one of the things that we focus on is being a leader in not only volunteering our time within the community, but donating money to support our community. And senior services was also brought up during our last strategic planning session was what else can we do to support the seniors in our community? So whenever I heard the presentation at our Rotary program, I felt like this was a very good fit for the hospital to donate $23,000 almost. It's a little shy of that, around $22,700 to the city of Mount Carmel to support the senior center in their needs. And thank you for this opportunity. In return, we will offer some additional services at the senior center, and I'm gonna let Lacey.
We are going to start having a wellness day at the senior center, so it will be on the third Thursday of every month from 10 to 11:30. One of our nurses will be going up there to do blood pressure checks and blood sugar checks, so that, and some education as well, so that's what we're
Would
offering.
you like to hand over the check?
Here, come forward. One more. We thank Wabash General Hospital very much for the donation. What it will do, and I guess I'm kind of stealing your thunder, but Commissioner Eichmeyer and I had investigated how to redo the kitchen. You can finish up.
Okay. So we got some quotes for some different equipment that we could replace in the kitchen area, which was much needed, and the funds are going to use to replace that. I believe we've ordered it with Wabash Food Service equipment side.
Hasn't been ordered yet.
It's going to be ordered
Yes,
from
we had to
Wabash
wait
Food
until we
Service,
had
on their
funds.
equipment. And, I know there's a, convection oven.
A double convection.
Double convection oven, a fryer, and there was one other piece, right?
The new stove.
New stove, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Our current convection oven was purchased back in the 80s along with the stove. So they're both South Bend products, and that's the products we're going back with just because of the longevity of them. And also, I know we've received some other funds from other groups in the community, and we will actually be using that in it. Those other funds do other improvements in the center itself. So all of it will benefit the senior population within our community, which all of us are slowly but surely getting there, 1 year at a time. So anyways,
I know, Carrie's got people painting and fixing up some office space and some other areas of the center. It's looking really nice, and has plans to continue to work on that. But just a big thanks to Wabash General for all they did. It's a
Yes,
big,
thank
very
you.
big deal and great partnership there.
Thank you for the opportunity.
yep, we appreciate it very much.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Any other visitors this evening? Hearing any, we'll move on to communication reports. Welcome this evening. I hope everyone's holiday was joyous and the new year will be prosperous. I do want to take a moment to talk about abandoned or vacant properties here in Mount Carmel. Last year we set an ordinance that if you have a vacant property, being business or residential, you do need to register it with the city of Mount Carmel. But going into 2024, if you own one of these vacant properties, we will be asking the why, what are you doing with it, and when. And this is an effort to keep the properties from getting into the point where there are holes in the roof, windows missing, and homes getting to the point that they need to be torn down. This is a very expensive venture for the city, and every taxpayer bears the burden along with the owner. So if you receive a letter in the mail, know that you're one of 69 homes. We are reaching out to the owners to find out what we can do together to help. Please know that we are simply doing this to help and see what we can do to be able to save the home itself. I recently got a list of all pulled meters or meters that were, idled for more than 90 days. And the lists, it's 20 some odd pages. But the idle meters are the ones that are concerning. I think those are the ones that we can really do something with. To give you kind of an example, here recently we had been working with a family who received a property in an estate, and they didn't want to mess with it. And we had mowed it for a season, and we had sent them letters. We sent the letters to the address, which they weren't getting responded to. Mr. Gitcom and Mr. Easter looked into it a little bit further. We were able to get with the actual people who were over the estate. There was debris. The house was starting to go downhill very quickly because it had been vacated for a number of years. And, we talked to them. They signed the property over to the city. We cleaned it up, and in return, we got it back on the tax rolls. And, we were able to save that house from getting to the point of being dilapidated and having to be torn down. So if you do have one of these properties and you don't know what to do, please feel free to reach out to Mr. Gitcom or myself up here at City Hall, and we will work with you the best we can to come up with a solution for that property. We just, every time, we go through these lists. I went through it the other day, just on the 69 properties I looked at, and I got through 24 of them. There were 8 of them that I felt were beyond saving. And then there were some that, windows were opened in them, back doors were open, animals get in them, people go in there and they destroy stuff to make it even worse. I was able to contact 2 or 3 people and talk with them about the homes, because we did have their information here at City Hall, and, they just don't know what to do with the properties because there are issues with them. So anyway, I think there are people in the community, Mike Nykirk's, he's really fixing up a lot of homes, and there's others that are doing the same thing. So there are people out there that would be interested in purchasing your home if you had an issue, you know, where you didn't think you could sell it as is, I guess. So, anyway, feel free to give Mike or I a call and see what we can do to help, because the last thing we want to do is tear down a whole bunch of houses. Vacant lots don't help anybody, and if you let them go vacant, they go downhill very fast. Today we had Congressman Mike Boston in town. He spoke at the Rotary meeting and talked with him about the city pool project and some other community needs. And then on Thursday, I'll be with the Southern Illinois Mayor's Board of Directors at the meeting with Governor Pritzker, talking about local projects here in Mount Carmel, Wabash County, that we just need some help with the state on. And starting this week on Saturday, it'll be the second Saturday of every month from here on out, the Freemasons are starting a community breakfast fundraiser at the Wabash County Senior Citizens from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. I attended the run-through last Saturday, and it was very good. And then one of the things that was brought up to me, I know had been brought up past the intersection of 5th and Pear. It was, I know we had an accident there recently about making it a four-way stop, and I know we really didn't bring it back to the council to talk about, but I didn't know, Chief, did you have any other insight on it, or?
No, it was, I mean, in the context of the accident, it was after school, which is really, I think, why residents have had concerns about it in the past, before and after school, but there was a child crossing the road, and the motorist just didn't simply see the child. I think the child was about 12 years old. Non-life-threatening injuries, but it was very traumatic, obviously, and so that's, there was no impairment, anything like that. It wasn't like, but it was just an unfortunate accident that brought light to the subject again, quite frankly. So, as far as the need for it, that's for you all to decide. We've talked about it in the past. I really don't have any further information on that than what's already been discussed in the past as far as that is.
Okay. Did we do a traffic count last time, or we just watched it? Okay, we did do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the chief at the time.
Okay.
And, yeah, I mean, it's just like what Mike said, it's only busy during those times. We did a speed check, and the speed wasn't abnormal or excessive. Not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm sure someone who lives there, they're gonna see it
Oh, yeah.
more than we are monitoring 1 hour a day.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, yeah, nothing really stood out except for at the school zone, or at the school times.
That's, okay. Well, so,
And you have that stop sign at Cherry Street too, that's right before it, so. I
yeah.
mean, actually, Dave, you and I went down and looked at that in Dallas, you remember, and it was, I think we both didn't think it was really appropriate or necessary.
Yeah, but in a very small window.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, it was brought to my attention, and I told him I would bring it to council for consideration. We can't make a decision tonight anyways, but I just thought I'd bring it up in conversation. Because I was asked, it was brought to us, and we never did really do anything with, so, anyway. Also, on January 19th, I will be doing my mayor's State of the City address at the council meeting, so. Other than that, Commissioner Metter.
Thank you, Mayor. Street Department has kind of been working on getting equipment ready for the snow, rebuilt a snow plow, got some of the other equipment ready to go. Over the past couple of weeks, we took down the Christmas decorations, continued to work on Division Street, and helping the brush department out with leaf collection, cut down a few trees at the park. End of report.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Metter. Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Thank you, Mayor. $139,059 in receipts past 2 weeks. Expenditures of $25,748, mostly replacement tax and some rural fire tax that we got. And we're about 66% of our revenue budget year to date. And other than the exciting news we heard earlier about the senior citizens, that's the end of my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Eichmeyer. Commissioner Meeks absent. Commissioner Zimmerman.
Thank you, Mayor. In the last few weeks, the fire department has had 11 runs that they assisted with or were in charge of. In addition, they had a work day on December 30th to put the new rescue into service, so the new rescue is now in service. And then as for the brush department, the brush collection, the leaf collection, that program for this year has been completed. So if you still have any leaves in your yards, if you've got them, right to the curb, please go ahead and bag those, because the leaf truck will no longer be out making routes. Into my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Zimmerman. All right, moving on to staff reports, Mr. Turner.
All right, just a reminder, next Monday, City Hall will not be open due to Martin Luther King's birthday. We'll be celebrating that. And also, we're gonna try something next week. We're gonna stay open during the lunch hour and be staggered and see how that plays out. That way, people have more access to us. It's, we're gonna let Judy and Christy kind of figure out a different lunch plan and make sure that we have a couple people up here all the time.
Yeah, we originally went to closing during the COVID years, and primarily just being down to Judy up front, so it's a good deal.
And that's all I have.
Moving on, Mr. Cola is busy today. Mr. Garcia.
Everything looks okay up there today. We're doing fine up there and just getting prepared for whatever comes. And then my report.
I did do a review of your gas prices and stuff like that, and you're right there where we need to be on, as far as the other airports in the area, so good job on that. We don't wanna be the cheapest, but we don't wanna be the most expensive.
That's true.
But, as far as the closer airports, we're right neck and neck with them. So
Yes, sir.
some of them were a little bit cheaper than, but, airports like Evansville, it's kinda hard to compete with the amount of gas they go through, or fuel. All right, Chief McWilliams.
Today I accumulated the 2023 activity summary for the police department. I was just gonna touch on a few items of note that I thought was significant. 67 arrests for suspended, revoked, 147 uninsured motor vehicle, possession of methamphetamine, 22. And that would include our delivery and, other meth delivery or related type offenses. Weapon offenses, 12, and domestic batteries, 27, which is very sad. Officers had 16 arrests for resisting or obstructing, 20 ordinance violations cited, 23 DUI arrests. We worked 159 traffic crashes, 102 mental health incidents where we dealt with mental health calls. We did 27 community relation events, 911 security checks on homes. We recently started doing some business checks at night, so some of these numbers aren't completely accurate because we implemented them throughout the year, so the numbers will be more accurate next December, January. Search warrants, 16. Golf cart, new stickers were 52, 207 renewed, and we ended up doing 29 bike registrations. All in total, we had 6,754 incidents that officers were involved in some capacity or another on these. These numbers won't add up to that, but once you add everything in, we've had officers come and go, so some of the information will be slightly skewed, but yeah, these are fairly accurate numbers.
Yeah, for those who say we write a lot of speeding tickets in the community, last year we wrote 45. Is that correct?
Right. Versus 1,023 warnings
Yeah,
issued.
in grand total, as far as tickets wrote, uninsured, license revoked, no license, speeding, registration, and other moving violations, we wrote 381 tickets and 1,023 warnings. So I think you guys are pretty fair on what you're doing with the community.
You have to keep in mind, you know, sometimes, multiple tickets are written, like if you make a DUI arrest, you're gonna have probably the reason why we pulled them over, possible, a lot of them are uninsured. A lot of them don't have driver's licenses, so they may get 2, 3, 4 citations because quite frankly, you can't really give breaks on revoked driver's license, DUI, no insurance, things of that nature, so, anyway.
I think you've done a wonderful job, and so has the police department. And the fire, so.
If anyone has any questions on any of this, tried to make it as simple to read as possible, without, so I think it's pretty.
And I saw your numbers for the month of December, you actually did
I
something.
did do a warning,
A
yes.
warning.
So, probably shouldn't have been wrote a ticket, but it was right around Christmas, so somebody got a very generous gift.
Yeah,
But,
you wrote Merry Christmas with a smiley face on the bottom.
I let him know that him and his son, they weren't from here, but they had lived here in the past, and they were passing through, and he was very appreciative of the understanding, so.
Thank you, Chief McWilliams, Chief Spad.
Diane, all right, guys. As Commissioner Zimmerman said, we put the new rescue in service. Guys is cleaning up the old one to get it ready for sale, and as soon as it gets ready, I'll let you know, and we'll get that taken care of. Into my report, Mayor.
When that gets ready, let us know, because we'll have to make a motion as a board to put it for sale, so.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Gitcom.
All right, I have a lengthy report. This is a year-end report for the Public Works. We issued 18 residential addition and remodeling permits. We had 7 for mechanical permits, 23 fence, 23 pool, 98 roof, 16 demolition permits. For the commercial remodel additions, we had 5. We did, issued 10 sign permits. We had 615 vital records go through. We sent out 123 code violations. We had 1,000 locates. These are time consuming, but these are calls that we get to locate throughout the year. We had 14 main breaks on water. We had 3 sewer main repairs. We pulled lift station pumps 5 different times throughout the year. On top of all of that, we had 150 called-in work orders that we did. Those were for trees, grass, garbage, potholes, etc. Major projects. Now, keep in mind these major projects, the reason we were able to complete what we've gotten done is by the restructuring of the Public Works to be able to get everybody pulled together and do different projects. The windstorm we had in March and June took several months to remove down trees. We worked on the berm at the police gun range and the parking area. 316 Market at the alley beside Mount Carmel Public Utility, we did a concrete entry, and then they went ahead and added the asphalt to go back through that alley. 220 Market, we rebuilt concrete step and installed the railings. 7th and Chestnut, we did the 4-corner sidewalk project there. We had the health department concrete project that the health department actually reimbursed us for. We had sewer main replacement at the alley from Market to Chestnut, same alley beside Public Utility. Toward the end, we did that sewer line replacement and redid that alley. Lions Park, we expanded parking area in the front, and we finished site prep and the kiddie land. Lincoln Park, we did a till and seed of the whole park area. 211 Hind, after the house was taken down, we expanded parking for Little League using millings and rock. The Girl Scout cabin, we expanded the parking area, and we had the bluff reshaped for our mowing. We expanded a drive to a fire hydrant out by Motorrad. We for the fire department to be able to get back to it. We poured a concrete pad and then added millings to go back. Division Street project, besides the sewer main, we ran all new water lines and re-tapped houses from 3rd to 5th Street, and we're currently working on the sidewalk from 3rd to 5th Street. On Hydraulic Avenue, we excavated the road, pulled out the old culvert, which was sinking in, and replaced it with a new culvert. We also cleared that backwash ditch area with all the trees that were falling down and cleaned that area up. Seeing we ran new water lines from South Pear to Golden Aces Way. We moved dirt that was donated to the city. That took some time, and then it eventually got taken over by a contractor because we ran out of time to move it. Summer maintenance, we had Oak Street repaired, bad areas in the road. Alley rehabs, we went from Vine to Division, then Division to Hackberry, to Ash Street to Elm. We also did 9th to Plum, and Poplar to Belmont. We helped with the chip and seal and the fog seal and the major asphalt area from 13th to Market. Painted yellow lines on Market Street. The swimming pool, we prepped and painted the pool. Mowing, we mow 162, almost 163 acres continuously during the spring, summer, and fall. We had 2 concrete pads that we put at the sewer maintenance building. Moved dirt for the Oak Meadow Phase 2 project. Leaf season went from October the 1st all the way through the first week of January. Fire hydrant replacements on Berry, Broadmoor, Enterprise Lane, and Bonatera. Tree removal, we had an additional 8 besides the storm damaged trees that we removed throughout the year. We rebuilt the Ficklin lift station, ran new sludge pump lines. At the sewer plant, rehabbed the clarifier tank and replaced the motor. We rehabbed the storm bypass valves, hauled the sludge, flushed all the fire hydrants, and on top of that, which is not on your list, we had 1,128 water service orders. End of my report.
Thank you. Yeah, on the work orders, the 150 were external. Those weren't total, but just our external, with people calling in and complaining about different issues and things like that.
We had 31 major projects we were wanting to get done, and if you look at that list and really count through them, there's about 31 we got done, but we didn't finish the whole 31 because of the extra projects that we were given throughout the year.
Good job. The guys down at Public Works have done an excellent job again this year on, raising the bar and getting projects done that we all throw at along with the public, so much appreciated.
Thank you.
All right, moving on. Ms. Rhonda.
Yes, we're in the process of getting our vehicles and everything prepared for the winter months. If y'all didn't need us, we wanna try to make sure we're prepared, like tonight with the wind, we have chainsaws and stuff ready if for some reason something happens. And we also have a storm spotting class on February 1st of this year, 6 p.m. at the Mount Carmel Street Department. And we will also be giving away a weather radio to one lucky person.
Okay.
And they would say, and my report.
Thank you very much, Rhonda. And, we will be using the, Public Works conference room down there, so. Moving on to consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Do I have a second? Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks absent, Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Metter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Do you have any old business to discuss before moving on? So I need a motion to enter into executive session for consideration of a certain topic, executive session pursuant to section 2C1 of the Open Meeting Act, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, and dismissal of specific employees. So I need a motion. Do I have a second? In accordance with the Illinois Open Meetings Act, City Council may enter into executive session in any such case. Subject matter committed to executive session shall be confidential. No disclosure of any discussion held or declared made by executive session shall be made until publicized by announcement, publication, official action by or at the discretion of the board of trustees. A violation of this section by any member of the city council, village employment shall be considered a breach of the member's official employee's fiduciary duty to the city. Any individual found by the city council to be in violation of this section may be terminated, disciplined, censored, reported to the Wabash County State's Attorney for consideration of misconduct charges under the Illinois Criminal Code or the Illinois Municipal Code. It takes another, okay, so.
And I'm assuming no action